It's been an exciting and very interesting 6 days of the NACC championships, and now going into night number 7. I have Greg Buchanan today with us to talk once again about the NACC championships. And so, Greg, let's start off. Currently leading the NACC championship at the aggregate is Logan Gost. What has kind of been his keys to success so far?
I think for Logan, just what he does in the CPCA Pro Tour and what he's done in the past in the WPCA, he just stays consistent. He's never gets too up, never gets too down. You never want to play poker with Logan Gost because you don't know what cards he's holding. He's that kind of character. But that he's just being very consistent. He's in a very fast heat in heat number 8. We had some drama in heat number 8 last night, but Logan stayed away from it. And he's the leader right now, and he has a chance potentially to race against his brother in a championship Saturday night.
And then let's talk about Dustin Gost. His brother, part of the WPCA tour, as well as Jamie Labontes, are right on his heels. Both of them are within milliseconds for the top spot. What has been their keys to success in being able to compete and kind of with that second lead over 4th place?
Dustin comes into the show with some struggles in the WPCA. He'll be the first one to attest to that. He feels his horsepower is there. He just made some driving errors along the way in the WPCA. So not the season he would like right now leading into the NACC, but he's had some great runs here. Staying consistent is a key for Dusty, and staying away from the penalties here for the next 2 nights. If he does, then he has a shot being that Final Four. For Jamie Labontes, he's had some runs that just left everybody, wow. He had some spectacular runs, and then he had a couple of not so great runs kind of sprinkled between those two. So Jamie Labontes can barrel with the best of them and can run with the best of them. And Jamie Labontes has always been kind of knocking on the door for a Canadian championship. Has been semifinal Saturday, the Calgary Stampede. So he's been at that stage. He just hasn't been able to get on that stage and win it all yet, but this could be it for Jamie.
Jamie obviously is quite used to the track as he was one of the champions last year at the NACC. Logan Gost and Dustin Gost both hail from Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan, just over an hour away from Lloydminster. Does that imply at all the shorter driving times as Jamie Labontes also from quite nearby for their success here, or is it just them having a good night?
No, I don't think driving distance on the highway means anything. I think comfortability with the track, and not necessarily that, but even more so to the barn area. And it's not just the drivers getting used to the barn area, it's the horses being comfortable. And if the horses are comfortable, they're going to perform, and they have performed for all 3 of those guys. Dusty Gost also, he says that Lloydminster is pretty well his second hometown. He played junior A hockey here for the Bobcats in the Bobcats' first year. He's going to be back for the alumni game in September. So Lloydminster is kind of a home for him, and he has some great memories of playing junior A hockey here, and he would love to win a championship here as well.
Opinion, Greg, what do these drivers need to do who are near the top or who are on the outside looking in? There's 2 days left before the championship Saturday. What do these drivers need to do in order to try and get into the top 4 or keep up their momentum and stay in that top 4?
There's 2 different classes of drivers right now. There's those drivers that are in that top 4. They want to stay there. They want to be fast. They want to be, most important than anything, be clean. Now, if you're in a driver on the outside and you only have tonight and tomorrow to move up to that top 4, you got to throw it all in. You got to, take that risk around the barrels, but you got to make sure those barrels are up. So you got to be fast. But the key thing is being clean. No penalties, and you have a shot. You throw a couple of penalties into it. If you take a barrel tonight, you're done. Who's kidding who? If you're in contention, either in that top 4 or outside that top 4, you take a barrel tonight, you're not making up 5 seconds tomorrow night. So I think more than anything, just be fast, be clean, and see what happens at the end of tonight, see what happens at the end of tomorrow night, and the Final Four at the end of tomorrow night, racing for a championship on Saturday.
Is going to be an exciting finish to the Lloyd X Fair, as well as an exciting finish to the NACC. Thank you once again, as always, for being with us, Greg. We look forward to more NACC championship action here at PTLN.
Thank you very much, Thomas.